So, have you seen Shallow Hal? So, Jack Black is caught in the cultural trance of beauty and the very narrow definitions of beauty. In IFS, we call these legacy burdens, and it's tragic. It is his friends kind of try to point it out, but he can't see it. And just as what is attractive, what is beautiful, so limited. He gets stuck in an elevator with Anthony Robbins, and Anthony Robbins is like, "Okay, do I have a gift for you, Jack? I." He has a different name in the movie. "I'm going to help you see beauty, true beauty." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And Anthony Robbins does this little tapping magic thing, and suddenly Jack starts his whole world changes, right? Because he sees the beauty beneath just the shallow surface. And then he falls in love with Gwyneth Paltrow, right? And in the movie, she is not what our culture tells us is beautiful, which is even, it's painful to even say that. She's not beautiful. Really, to say that about anybody or anything, right? Um, and his life, it changes because he sees the beauty everywhere. He sees that shining through. And but it just makes me sad to think about that. And he has that for a long time and falling in love with her. And but his good friend, Jason Alexander, is like, "Are you out of your mind?" And then we can find also it's where with Jason Alexander, for example, you ends up tracking it to the fear that's being protected and covered up in him that has him go to the surface and seeing being I can't describe that one fairly, but it's really interesting to notice his fear that has him become shallow. But for Shallow Hal, oh, his name is Hal. For Jax, so Shallow Hal, he starts seeing the beauty and falls in love with Gwyneth, but he falls in love with her in her form that the culture says is not beautiful, or for some cultures says it's not beautiful, which is just it's insanity. Um, and then his friend takes him back to Anthony Robbins, says, "You got to fix this. He's going crazy. It's not working. It's just you messing up his life." And so Anthony Robbins does his little magic again, tap tap tap, and he doesn't even recognize Gwyneth. And but then Shallow Hal's heart's broken because he connected with the beauty, he connected with her, and that's where it's the most lovely ending, in that he learned from it. He learned, and this is what we have. Sometimes we go to workshops, right, and our hearts open beyond the lens, the limited lens of the cultural burdens, and we see this, and sometimes some of it holds, and on this one, it held. And so that's why I love this movie. I love this movie, but also some of it is very tedious to watch, right? Like the whole point, like there's the gist of the movie, and then you've got a lot of the kind of silly Hollywood stuff. But it's interesting, especially the Jason Alexander, the fear that was there, and then they had this hospital scene where Shallow Hal goes in there, and you have one of the nurses who's just, "Oh, those kids, it was a burn victim unit, right, for kids." And I have to cry, and it's like the nurse was seeing the kids and how they were disformed from the fire. All Jack Black could see was their beauty, right? Can you imagine just the sadness of our lids not being able to see that? And so that way it's worth checking out, or at least checking out the trailer that I have on the kind of the next page on here. Hope see you later. Bye.